Dude, can you believe I've watched more fucking Mets games than I have Yankees games this season, and I'm
That's
so sick of the Mets.
That's unfortunate.
I watched them last night. I was so bored. The whole game I was bored, and the Mets were doing well. I was pissed off because of it.
No human should ever have to watch a Mets game.
The weekend was torture, and that's all I have to say about that.
At least you got... In the beginning, there was baseball. It is Tuesday, July 28th, and it is the current year. I am CJ. You can catch me on Twitter at CJ in Pinstripes. I'll tweet eventually. I'm here with my guy, Evan. How are you doing, Evan?
I'm pissed off because of all this baseball nonsense. That's it. That's my only thought. This is 27 down, perfect podcast, a perfect game. CJ.
There it is. There it is. It had been a while since I had to push you to say it. So, you know. Wild stuff is happening.
My line, dude.
Yeah, I know. Wild stuff is happening. Of course, it's the Marlins. Like, if you were to pick the one team that was going to have this issue, for those of you living under a rock, 14 players and staff members of the Miami Marlins have been COVIDed. They have the COVID, and that means that they are sick with COVID.
You know whose fault it is?
Who?
Don Mattingly's fault. He's a bum. He's the worst ever. He's a terrible manager, and he gave them all COVID. Good job, Donnie Baseball.
I can't believe he's still the manager of that team.
Bro, you barely even knew that he was in the first place. He's been there for like 4 years now.
I think it's been longer than that.
Yeah, it's been like 6 probably, but it feels like he was with the Dodgers for a while, and then he just made the transition after getting fired pretty quickly.
So the issue is that Don Mattingly probably goes on a bunch of benders, and he's out drinking in Miami at all times, picking up a bunch of girls. That's basically what tends to happen when you're Donnie Baseball. And all these girls have COVID. And now he's probably not wearing his mask in the clubhouse, because let's be serious.
He can't wear the mask.
If someone's going to not wear it, it's going to be Don Mattingly.
Yeah.
And he walked around coughing into everyone's mouth. I think that's what happened. And now 14 players and staff members. Yikes. So this means that the Marlins games are postponed. Everyone who played the Phillies, who last played the Marlins, their games are postponed as well, which means that now the Yankees games are postponed. And according to Joe, actually, Marlins are done until Sunday. They're trying to shuffle games around, and other teams are going to fill in the blanks. Wow, this is already a mess. This is already a big mess. You know, I figured this would happen at some point. I didn't think it'd be like the first 3 days of the season.
And, of course, it's Florida.
Yeah, of course it's the team that came up from Florida.
You know what pisses me off the most? If you look at the other sports and the way that they're doing it, the NBA with the bubble and NHL all being in Canada and doing, you know, whatever their thing is, the NHL literally came out yesterday with 0 positive results. And they just finished phase 4. They did everything correct, and you have heard nothing from the media about how good their process was. And then we get to watch the NFL and the NBA, MLB basically fuck everything up. And you got man shits who is saying, oh, yeah, there's no problem. We're going to have baseball. Nothing's getting canceled. Why are you saying anything? Shut the hell up and fix it, and then say something, you dickhead.
Rob Manfred's a weird guy. He's a serial oversharer. He will assure you nothing's wrong before you've ever thought, hey, something might be wrong. Like the whole Marlins sale. He was like, hey guys, no, don't worry. It's totally don't worry, there's not going to be a fire sale when the Marlins are sold. And we're all sitting there going, well, we didn't think there was going to be one, but now we do. And this is what this guy always does. He sucks. I hope he headbutts his own ball sack. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, I hope he literally gets diarrhea and throw up at the same time.
Ooh.
You know how confusing that must be?
Yeah, that's never happened to me, but I would imagine you would need a bucket, right?
You'd need multiple buckets. I mean, you're gonna
Well, I
have
mean,
to.
if you have a toilet, I don't think you need multiple buckets.
Maybe his toilet doesn't work. Who knows? His name is Man Shit.
Oh man, just like in Dumb and Dumber,
That's the best scene.
when he drinks the laxative and then the toilet doesn't flush. Oh no!
I think that's everyone's biggest fear is going to someone's house for dinner or something, and then using their guest bathroom, and you fuck up somehow.
So a few years ago, I was working at a sports memorabilia warehouse, and I went on a trip with them because my job was to bring inventory in. So I have big sports knowledge. I have pretty good memorabilia knowledge. And, again, I'm the one who's going to be there to see it all come through. So they sent me to someone's private collection in North Carolina. Now, This collection was in his house. He had an entire floor of his house just stuffed with all of his memorabilia. Like, you could barely see the floor. So we're all there. We're cataloging what's there. We're writing stuff down. Some of us have laptops. We don't have enough. Some of us have paper. And I'm a human, and I need to use the bathroom sometimes. So I go on into his bathroom, and let's just say I needed a plunger. But there wasn't one. So I just didn't say anything.
Yeah, I've done that.
And nobody ended up using the bathroom there. So I like to just imagine that after we were done, he went into his bathroom and was like, "Oh, God damn it." That's just my picturing of the whole thing.
No, that's a funny story. I had a similar worse one, actually. Pretty embarrassing. I went to, it was like a parent-teacher conference. I was one of the kids, so we all went to
Oh, you weren't one of the parents?
No, whatever. My parents were having the parent-teacher conferences with other teachers and other parents, and there were multiple students who I took the bus to school with. Well, one of them was this very, very annoying girl who was like 3 years younger than me, had a huge crush on me, and was always pestering me about shit. During this party, and her brother was there too, and he's a nerd. He's a really weird nerd. He said creepy things to me once, like, "Look, I got a telescope, and it's pointed right at your house."
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because
that's fun.
Their house is literally across the water from ours. I'm like, you know where my bedroom is? What the fuck? I haven't seen you in years, kid. So anyway, his sister, in the middle of this party, gets explosive diarrhea and shits her pants in front of everyone.
That's right, everyone. You're listening to the greatest podcast in the world. Keep going.
And her brother and parents, instead of being discreet and quiet about it, like announced it and were like, "It's okay, this is something natural," and like made it that much worse. And she was so highly embarrassed, and then had to ride the bus with me the next day.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yeah, pretty bad.
That is awful.
Pretty bad. I did feel bad for her. She's annoying, but she didn't deserve that shit.
Very few people do. But Rob Manfred is one of those people.
Yeah, I hope he gets it both.
So this is where we're at right now. Marlins, they're done until Sunday. The way that they're doing it is they want everyone. Now, you got to figure 14 people. I don't know how many of those 14 are players. But if the Marlins aren't playing again until Sunday, that's not enough time to recover from COVID. So however many of their players are out, they're going to have to fill in the gaps with a lot of minor league players.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, that's not that different from how the team is already assembled. Is that your new house?
What's up?
I said, is that your new place?
Yes, it is. And I'm moving the AC. I just got a new AC.
Oh, man. You don't have the AC in right now, huh?
We have 4 ACs now. That's how much I hate being hot.
I mean, it's understandable. It's like 5 million degrees out.
It
Joe
was
just
100
Joe
today.
just sent us a picture in the chat, so I really hope this is not going to be his wiener. Let's see what we got here. It's loading. It's
But Joe's
loading.
sending you dick pics again? God damn it, Joe.
Let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, this is schedule. This is a schedule. All right. So the Marlins' next few games are postponed. Then Monday, August 3rd, they're off. Then they start again Tuesday, August 4th. Looks like the Yankees, their entire series. Oh, I see. So their game today is postponed.
Yes, but tomorrow
but
not because
now,
they'll be back in New York.
well, I mean, they were all. This was weird. This was a weird thing here. So they were supposed to be at the Phillies today.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, I don't know. They're not even. I don't know exactly if this home and away thing is legitimate, but
Yeah,
it
no,
says
I read
tomorrow.
this morning.
Tomorrow they were supposed to be home against the Phillies, and Thursday home against the Phillies. Now
Yeah.
those two games have been switched to Baltimore. Well, they're going to be playing at Baltimore. The Yankees are
Against Baltimore?
so Yankees at Baltimore. So
Tomorrow.
that's tomorrow and Thursday. So what was going to be 3 Phillies games,
Four Phillies games.
whatever. What was going to be 4 Phillies games? Okay, I see. So it was going to be 2 at Philly, 2 at New York. The 2 at Philly are just postponed. The 2 at New York tomorrow and Thursday have been switched to at Baltimore. So it's Yankees versus Baltimore in Baltimore. It's a mess. It's a gigantic mess. The Phillies are postponed their entire rest of the series.
I don't get it, dude. Because none of the Phillies tested positive, and the fucking Yankees came home yesterday.
They haven't tested. MLB, remember, wants players to pass 2 tests. So they could have passed the first, but there could be a false positive in there somewhere. I guess that's why the Phillies are done until Thursday. Then Friday, they're back up again at Toronto. Now, the Nationals are interesting because the Nationals have 3 games at Toronto today, tomorrow, Thursday. And then the following 3 games against Miami are just straight up postponed. They haven't put any other team in their place.
Right.
So as of right now, it's only the Yankees and the Orioles I see from this image at least have had games actually changed to other teams.
Right.
Sorry if that's confusing to everyone, folks, but it is as confusing to me. It
makes sense now that you've explained it a little bit, but
And Joe just said something that is totally true. 4 days off mid-season. That sucks.
yeah, this is an issue, especially because you have a lot of these teams like the Astros who are going on this win streak now. By the time we play back, our record's at 2-1. There might be at 5-1. You know, it's gonna be a tough stretch towards the middle and end of the season.
Yeah.
And we're getting screwed over because of what other teams are going through, not necessarily what our team is going through.
And you know what? Man, they're trying to squeeze these 60 games into such a small amount of time. I don't see any other way for this to get rectified than to just schedule double headers. And that's exactly what MLB wanted not to do.
I mean, it's what they should have done in the first place, though. I mean, we made it very clear in March what the proposed plan was, what they accepted, and what they were going to do. So the fact that we fought for 4 months, come back and try the same exact plan over a shorter period of time makes no sense, because you can't put in, the factor, all these little things that are going to go wrong. Everything needs to be perfect for the 60-game schedule to work, and it's not. It hasn't been, and it wasn't going to be. We foresaw all of this.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to me why they didn't do what they should have done.
But of course, MLB is just going to act like, yeah, we got the perfect plan. Let's roll forward with it, and everyone hopefully doesn't ask any questions. But
right, but look
boom,
what they
now the bomb has gone off.
Right, and look what they did to Toronto. They didn't help them appropriately or adequately prepare for the possibility that they weren't going to get to play in Toronto. Yeah. They basically told the Blue Jays, you go find the places. So Blue Jays went and called Pittsburgh, no. They called Baltimore, no. And now they're at a minor league stadium in Buffalo, which probably sucks. And Manshits has said nothing and done nothing about that. That's his job, not Toronto. Sorry.
Okay, so it probably sucks, but at the same time, Buffalo's what, like an hour drive from Toronto?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's not like they have fans in the stadium. They're only getting tiny little crowds. Does it suck that it's a minor league park and the dimensions might be small? But, they're close to home. I feel like it would have sucked if they had to play in Baltimore.
Baltimore might have been an issue. Yeah. And I also don't like that because doesn't that add kind of to their travel factor? You know they're not going to just stay in Baltimore the whole time.
That's true. But I want a fair fight. Except for the Astros. I want all their testicles to fall off.
No, dude, can you believe I've watched more fucking Mets games than I have Yankees games this season, and I'm so sick of the Mets.
That's unfortunate.
I watched them last night. I was so bored. The whole game I was bored, and the Mets were doing well. I was pissed off because of it.
No human should ever have to watch a Mets game.
The weekend was torture, and that's all I have to say about that.
At least you got your Yoenis home run in opening day.
Well, you got a monster shot from Alonso last night. I mean, you could – before he even swung, you were like, yeah, that's gone. It was a horrible changeup that spun over the middle end of the plate. And it was on a 3-0 count, so there's no way he wasn't going to fucking clobber it.
I'm pretty sure I made a face as the pitch was heading towards home plate.
I think we all did. I mean, it was a slow 80 changeup that stayed there, just floated.
I made a similar face in the ALCS last year when Ottavino threw that slider. I forget who, but it landed right in the middle of the zone and got destroyed. I remember making a face being like, no, and then gone.
See, that's probably the easiest pitch to hit when it doesn't break at all. A slider. Yeah, I used to throw a slurve in high school, and when it didn't go well, they usually hit it about 300 feet.
Nice. Yeah, those are fun when you throw something and then you're just like, fuck, and you wish you could have it back and just shove it up your own ass instead.
Yep. You know? I mean, when it did work, though, it would drop. The pitch would literally drop from their nipples to their knees, and it was amazing. I love that pitch, but it only worked, like I said, 1 out of 15 times probably.
From their nipples to their knees would be a great adult film name. just throwing that out there. That's what I'm thinking.
Starring Joe, our producer.
So no, he's not even here, and he's already uncomfortable.
Joe, you uncomfortable?
Can you come in a second?
I can't hear anything. No. I can't come into these parts anymore. I'm gonna lose all my jobs. I have to pretend like I don't know you guys until the question.
You sure you're not?
Don't take offense. Don't take offense. But I'm gonna pretend like I don't know you.
Anyone who's listening, anyone who's watching, please know we employ Joe. Okay, he's not here because he likes us or he enjoys the offensive things we say.
I'm not here because I like you. That's great. That's a great line.
I want to make sure everyone understands we are employing him. He has nothing to do with any of the garbage that we say. So please don't punish him.
I'm going to save that and we'll keep it in a folder just in case I get a call one day. Good man. We also need drops. We need to go full Michael K show and have drops. I think we
do need drop madness because we've had some pretty good ones.
I was listening. I don't know what the context was, and sometimes that's the best. It was a new drop, and I'm like trying to park my car, and I just hear the drop start playing. It's Don going, "We don't need all these players talking about their chicken." So I completely out of context. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I had to actually stop parking my car so I wouldn't hit anything. I was laughing so hard.
Is that about Lou Williams picking up food at the strip club?
What's that?
It's probably about Lou Williams picking up chicken at the strip club.
Maybe. I don't know.
He got an excused absence to leave the NBA bubble, and he was caught on film going to a strip club.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
I was picking up food. Why is it that every athlete drops picking up food and it's always at a strip club? No, you're looking at titties or dick. I don't know what kind of strip club it was, but you're looking at one of the two.
I'm going to go ahead and venture for titties, but hey, who the fuck knows, man?
Whatever floats your boat. There's nothing wrong with looking at some dick.
Just be honest. It's like when players say they have the flu. You're hungover. It's okay. Just say it. It's cool. Get the fuck out of here, Michael Jordan. Flu-like symptoms in goddamn June. Fuck off.
Yeah, was it Pete Sampras or Andre Agassi who threw up in the middle of the tournament and then won the Grand Slam?
I think that was Agassi. And the reason I say that is because I think he was just coked out of his mind.
Thank you. He was so hungover and fucked up that I'm pretty sure that's what it was. If it was Sampras, then I believe he was just sick.
Yeah.
But Agassi was a partier, as was McEnroe.
Oh yeah, and whatever. Who cares? Let them do their thing.
I love Doc and Darrow. I don't care what they did.
All right, so that's the story of the Marlins. Shame on us, man. We did not talk about this on the show on Thursday. The Mookie Betts extension.
Oh yeah, I think that actually happened slightly after the show, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was like exactly a week ago, or maybe like the day before our show last week. I remember being like, going into the show, being like, we got to talk about the Betts extension, and it just never happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a huge deal. I believe it's 12 years, $375 million or something.
365. Yeah. So it is officially the second biggest deal by money. It is behind only Mike Trout's $5 billion year deal. It kicks in obviously next season. 12 years, $365 million.
So Cole is the highest pitcher, but he would be like the fourth on the list of highest contracts.
Something like that, third or fourth, something like that. Yeah, I think it would be fourth because I think Bryce would be third. I think Bryce.
Yes, you're correct.
You're
correct.
Yeah, so I don't see anything anywhere about how the deal is structured, but gonna do some quick maths. If we just assume, like, if we do this based on like salary purposes, towards like the team's salary number per year, 365 divided by 12, it's a little under $30.5 million per year.
Yeah.
So, hey man, good for the Dodgers, because that would have sucked. Can you imagine making that trade and you only get 60 games out of them, or less? I mean, they're going to be resting. So.
Oh, it would be awful. How do you explain that to your fans? You just made one of the most epic trades in franchise history, and you're not going to get to keep him. But from what I have heard, Mookie fell in love with LA the second he got there. He wanted to stay, and this was going to happen regardless.
Can you imagine, like, Red Sox, how they would have reacted if the Dodgers only got him for 60 games and the Red Sox were able to just sign him right back?
Oh, it would make the Chapman thing look like, oh, that's nothing in comparison to what that would have been.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been insane. But I don't think Mookie actually really liked Boston that much. I don't think it was a good fit for him. And I think he was kind of excited to leave.
Yeah, I guess. I know that Boston fans loved him, but I see what you're saying. I can see the Dodgers in general being a bit of a better fit for him. Just for reference, he currently sits at 37 career WAR, which is pretty solid for a player that's only 27 years old.
Yeah, it's not bad. But if we're talking about fits again, look at JD Martinez, for example. He is a perfect fit for Boston.
Yeah.
And I think he for the past 3 years has hit 335 plus home runs and 100 RBIs. That's 3 years in a row he did that for Boston. So, I think that Boston saw that. They knew what they were doing, and they understood that technically you have JD for less, and he's having a bigger impact for your team. So you keep him, you try to get what you can for Mookie. I don't think they got enough, and I think it was stupid that they rejected that pitcher who's now on the Dodgers and pretty decent, Gastrol or something.
Yes.
So yeah, I think they got fleeced, and I think they did it simply for salary cap purposes when they should be rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, hey, good for the Dodgers. It's going to be interesting to see because this year Mookie was set to make 20. I think in arbitration, it wasn't really arbitration, but I think he only had $27 million this year. So it's not that much more on their salary, but it'll be interesting to see if the Dodgers have to, kind of move anyone around over the offseason.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me too is that Corey Seager still has not turned into what they hoped or thought he was going to be.
That's true. Yeah.
That's a bit of an issue because when you got Machado, they really thought that those two were going to balance well off each other. Seager hasn't been around. Machado hated LA for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why he was such a damn dirty player while he was there.
Oh, he was such a jerk with everything.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull up Corey Seager's stats. Yeah, I remember when he first came up, everyone was really excited, and he was pretty good. He was solid.
He and Trey Turner are the two that I'm looking at who I thought would be stars, and they're kind of just floating there.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Dansby Swanson too.
Yep, he's another good one. He's had moments, but it just has not broken through for whatever reason.
Yeah, Seager had a good enough 2019. 19 home runs, 272 with a 335 OBP, 3.3 WAR. I mean, he did that as a 25-year-old. So he still has plenty of time to turn it on.
I still like him. I still have high hopes for his potential. I think he'll make it eventually.
I think so too. I think you're right.
Gleyber Torres is going to be the best shortstop any one of us have ever seen ever.
Okay, I don't know about ever.
But. No, he's a god. He's a baseball god.
Joe, if you wouldn't mind entering the fray, you had a question for us.
Go.
Back. All right.
Joe, who once again, everyone remember, does not like us, does not agree with us, is just here to work with us.
That's it. No agreement at all. Over under. Assuming we play a few more games.
Over.
assuming there's about 8 more games of the season. All right. This was a lot more fun until we found out about all the cancellations. Anyway, so MLB leaders, over under. I'm going to write down both of your responses, and then we're going to check on this in December, whenever the season ends.
Yeah, next week.
Wins, 10.5.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
I'll go over just to be a jackass.
All right. Home runs, 29.5. I went high. Under.
Man, 29.5 in 60 games. I'll go over. I think someone can get to 30.
Someone get real hot.
Yeah. Aaron Judge,
RBIs, 56.5.
I will go over on that. If someone's going to get 30 homers, I think someone will get over 56 home runs.
Yeah, I'm going to go over as well. I think we're going to be in the 60 to 70 range on that one.
All right. Strikeouts, 107.5.
For pitchers, yeah?
For pitchers, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say over.
Over.
Yeah, I think Garrett Cole will still get 300.
What the fuck?
He'll figure it out.
Team wins. Team wins 38.5.
Over.
Wow.
Yeah, over. Yankees are going to go 52.
Wow. That was the one that I was like, they have to take under on that.
No, I think someone will squeak into 40. I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
If you think about it, 40 and 20, that's what, like a 660 winning percentage? It's a little high, but it's doable.
The Mets went 40 and 17 at one point last summer.
Yeah, and if they can do it, anyone can.
All right, I gotta go.
Bye, Greg. Oh, I think Chris Davis is gonna get over 200 strikeouts hitting this year if he plays.
I like that.
I'll make a note of that. I will note that on the bottom.
Are they still playing him, or is he just kind of sitting on the team?
I did not check on him. I'm going to be honest. In the last 4 days, I never once looked up either of the Chris Davises.
Well, they're both pretty mediocre.
I hope that Chris Davis can go back to his 247 ways.
Oh, he better. And if he does it over 60 games, I'm even happier.
Yeah, me too.
He's going to, time it somehow. Oh, no, I got to strike out here, guys, because I can't have my batting average go up.
Yeah. So, one quick thing, I guess we can kind of end this on. Jamal Adams is no longer a Jet, finally.
I'm so furious.
In one sense, I'm really furious because, man, this could have been a year. Maybe Sam Darnold does some things and the team is really good. And, I mean, yeah, that's the one player in the secondary that the Jets actually have that's a star. But, man, the return they got for it was stunning.
Pretty good.
They got 2 first-rounders for him. And a third-rounder for next year.
Yep, a first and a third next year. They got a very I'd say he's above average safety in McDonough or something, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Dowell, something like that. He's decent. He's not bad. He had a couple interceptions.
Bradley McDougal.
McDougal, thank you. He's solid, and then you get the other first round a year later. So that's really good. I know Seattle's probably going to be a good team, so that first round pick is probably going to be between 20 and whatever. Still a first round pick. Now we have 2 for the next 2 years.
Here's what I think is a good idea, and I really hope that the Jets somehow come across this. Listen to me. Great strategy. Jets defense. Just listen up. You need to kill Russell Wilson. Hear me out. Just hear me out, Jets. Doesn't have to be the defense. It could be an offensive player too. Sneak into the thing, whatever. Just listen. You need to kill Russell Wilson. You need to do it. Someone needs to do it. Maybe take the worst player on the team, have them do it, and whatever. You were going to get cut anyway. But kill Russell Wilson.
I think getting cut is better than going to jail for murder.
No. You don't understand. You got to – I'm coming back to this guy, okay? He's in jail. Just hold on. Wait. Russell Wilson's dead. Seahawks, I don't even know who the hell their backup is. Is it RG3? No, I think he's on the Ravens. I don't know. Whoever the backup of the Seattle Seahawks is.
He's on the Ravens, yeah.
They win, 4 games? So, great. Now the Jets get a really high pick for him. The Jets draft some high players for the next few years. They win the Super Bowl, and every player takes half of their Super Bowl bonus and gives it to this guy in jail for when he gets
Who
out.
Can't use it because he's probably going to get the death penalty.
No, he's not going to get the death penalty. Not in New York, and definitely not in Washington. I think those are 2 non-death penalty teams.
Well, isn't it? Okay.
I mean, death penalty states. Listen, I'm just saying, if you really want this to happen, it's Geno Smith. It's Geno Smith. This is great. They'll win 1 game, maybe. They might win 1 game. You gotta do this.
Funnier though. It's Geno Smith.
You have to do this. Geno Smith is their backup quarterback. You have to do this.
There's got to be some kind of murder clause in the NFL for this nonsense.
What murder clause? Why would there be a murder clause?
Because why hasn't anyone else started murdering quarterbacks for these great deals of Super Bowl profit? Well,
I mean, they probably just haven't thought about it. But look at what happened when the Redskins had to trade their pick.
You're not allowed to call them that anymore.
My bad. The Washington football team.
Yep.
The Washington football team traded up in order to pick RG3. They traded their first-round pick to the Rams. I think it was the Rams. And
That is correct.
after RG3 died, they had like the second or third pick because of it. So that went to the Rams, not the Redskins. So, I'm just saying it was good. It was beneficial. So who can do it? I don't know. I can't think of who I would actually want to do this. All I know is maybe it can be Woody Johnson himself.
No, you know who I want to do it? Send Adam Gase. We need a new head coach.
That's true. I mean, have you seen his eyes? He looks like a killer.
It's insane. Have you seen the hilarious gifs of his press conference where he's doing this with his eyes, and now they put a taco in there for Taco Tuesday. He's following the taco. It's hilarious.
I like it. Yeah, have Adam Gase do it. And Adam Gase, I think, has kids. Give his kids the money. Bam.
Yeah, they get to go to college now, even though he has millions of dollars already.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I think there's a plan there. I don't know how we're going to do it. Russell, all I'm saying is watch your back because now some Jets players might be coming after you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and let's hope Sierra's not there either because he's collateral damage.
Yeah, she will. I think she can actually fight people off. Have you seen how big she is?
She's
like
pretty big.
She's like an Amazonian. She'll murder someone.
Who is the Blade Runner, the guy that killed his girlfriend, stating that he thought he was an intruder?
Oscar Pistorius.
What a piece of shit.
little tink. What an asswipe.
But you're in the bathroom. How do you hear commotion? Go, intruder, and start shooting. Why was your gun in the fucking bathroom?
Hey man, people keep their gun in weird places. I know someone who keeps it like in the refrigerator. So.
Well, that makes sense. You offer the burglar some lemonade, and then boom, 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 kill him.
Please don't hurt me. I have Coke. I think we're done. This is officially stupid. I think we're done.
Okay. Joe, anything else? No? Okay. Thanks, Joe. This is 27 Downs, perfect podcast, perfect game. Take care, guys.
Later, guys.